जब दिल से धुआं उठा, बरसात का मौसम था। 100 दर्द दिए उसने, जो दर्द का मरहम था। हमने ही सितम ढाए, हमने ही कहर तोड़े। दुश्मन थे हम ही अपने, औरों में कहाँ दम था।
Auron Mein Kahan Dum Tha is in theatres on the 5th of July. Hi, I'm Rohini and today I'm in conversation with the stars Tabu, Ajay, Devgn and director Neeraj Pandey. Can I start off by saying it's totally surreal to see the three of you sitting in one frame. I'm going to take a minute.
We feel exactly the same.
This is amazing. Neeraj sir, I'm going to start with you. You know, for someone who's given us a certain specialized genre of cinema, here you are giving us a love story that spans 20 years, 2 generations, with 2 of these wonderful actors. So I want to ask you, मैंने सुना है, you can correct me if I'm wrong, मैंने सुना है 16 साल पहले से ये कहानी आपके अंदर कहीं छिपी हुई थी?
नहीं, ये कहानी नहीं. I was supposed to make my debut with a love story. And that we didn't find any takers for that at that point of time. And so life takes you in a certain direction, I guess, and it was supposed to happen now.
Correct.
So, yeah, I mean,
so it's happened now.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. But when it happened, I believe when he came to you with this story, your reaction was love story. What about the spy thrillers that you keep making? Is that true?
Not exactly. When I heard the script, I loved the script. And then he made me hear a song which he had already gotten ready. It's fabulous. I love the whole thing, but I had one question. I said, you know, we were going through a kind of a mental conflict in those days of what is the audience prepared to see and what the audience is not prepared to see, because we were going through that the post-COVID and you know, during the COVID time, I would say. So there were a lot of doubts. But then he explained to me and he said some things which I said, okay, let's go ahead and do it, because the script itself is lovely.
Correct. Thank you so much for that. When he offered you this love story, what were your reactions like?
I think Neeraj remembers very clearly that I had tears in my eyes. And I was like, Khushi ke aansu. And there was no conflict. There was not even a single moment that I had to, you know, contemplate ke karna hai, nahi karna hai. I was on board. I knew about the film when we were shooting for Bola actually. Ajay had said that he's doing this film. But by that time, the film hadn't come to me. Then when I came back to Bombay, Neeraj came. He said, "Aap sirf sun lijiye." And he narrated the gist of the film and a few scenes. And that's it. I was like, let's start shooting.
How beautiful. Thank you for bringing them together.
But I'll tell you something. In spite of it being a love story, he's got a twist to it, which you will wait for till the end of the film. And it has I would say, a suspense and a thrill angle to it.
Correct.
So if he's made a lot of thrillers and suspense, so I think that is within him also. He adds that in the love story also.
I have many questions after watching the trailer. Okay, पहले के ये क्यों जेल जाते हैं 23 साल तक, फिर ये क्यों बाहर नहीं आना चाहते हैं?
फिर आप पिक्चर नहीं देखेंगे?
बिल्कुल देखेंगे. और इन 23 सालों में क्या ये दोनों सच में एक दूसरे से नहीं मिलते हैं? I mean, Neeraj sir, you have to give us something. Yeah.
So the whole film is actually about all these 3 questions that you just asked. So I don't want to let out any spoilers at the time. And I assure you it's worth the wait.
Well, I tried. This is for my audience. I have tried. But there is something really special about the 2 of them coming together. I know I'm a terrible singer, but I can't help myself, because when I see the 2 of you, I just go back to राह में उनसे मुलाकात हो गई.
You'll have one more song to go back to after this film releases.
Exactly. This is beautiful. What is it that makes the 2 of you work so well and give us hope? The ones without love?
I really don't know. It's just that we are just comfortable, and then it all depends on the script and the director. I think we've been very lucky to get characters which have fallen into place.
It's easy for any on-screen couple to get predictable, especially because couples you associate with romance. तो आप रोमांस करते रहते हैं, आपके कपल को देखते हैं, आप कितना रोमांस कर सकते हैं, उसमें आप कुछ नया डालना बहुत मुश्किल होता है. But the thing I think about me and him is that every film that we have done has been different from the
Yeah.
previous one.
Yes.
So, and especially I would like to mention Neeraj's film because it's a very unexpected story for now. You know, I'm not talking about the 90s,
Correct.
but given the kind of scripts that we have done in the past 10 years, you would not expect a film like a story like Auron mein Kahan Dum tha, and that's what will stand out and stand apart. I think it's constantly like breaking the clutter from what you have done. And like I must say that any actor combination is, like he said, it's about the director bringing out some different aspects about these two actors or about their chemistry, whatever it is.
I'm so jealous because the two of you are in a great position. You've been sitting around Neeraj Pandey, getting his point of view, as you said. How does, you know, being around someone like Neeraj Pandey, like enhance your ability to be on set and deliver? So can we go a little bit?
I'm in the room.
आपकी तारीफ ही हो रही है. If you want, you can disappear. थोड़ी सी तो ये मुझे जानना है ये क्या process है, because you know it's wonderful to have actors actually talk about, you know, the craft.
No, I felt that the best part, what he does is, he lets you do what you are doing, but not exactly. He adds his own color to it. So it's not that he makes you do completely two contrast things which you are not doing and he wants. So when he's writing, I think he imagines how it's going to be and how this character does and how he wants to add his own color to it.
Correct.
So that combination is very flawless.
Fantastic. You know, you talked about the last 10 years, and I must say the two of you have had so much fun in the movies for the last 10 years. I mean, with each other, playing, you know, chore police at some point, you know, having not being cast opposite each other romantically. I think the last 10 years have been incredible for our cinema. And Neeraj sir, of course, you've been part of the cinema as well. How much fun are you having as a creator, okay, in the sort of space that there is right now, making movies?
Tremendous fun.
Yeah.
Tremendous fun because when you get secured actors as these two people who are willing to try out something new, who are still hungry, they have an appetite to try out something new. I think it's a great position to be in. I mean, there's also an appetite from the audience's side. They want to see newer stories. So it's like a great demand and supply situation for stories. And as long as we all try out something new, something out of the box, I think it will be accepted by the audiences.
That's fantastic. For you, the last 10 years have been so much fun because you've just had a blast.
It just looks fun.
Great acting.
I pretend very well.
Sorry, go on. Yeah.
No, tell me, how much fun has it been for you as an actor?
I wouldn't say everything about it has been fun, honestly. There are some parts that have been great fun.
Yes.
The freedom that you have now, you know, whatever you command on set with your positioning, people respect you, the juniors will respect you and all that. वो सब अच्छा है. There's some aspects which are little more painstaking now than
So you like
they
it
were.
when juniors call you Tabu auntie?
इसलिए मैं तो को अंकल बोल रही हूँ आजकल. So some parts of it have been great, not all, I
Okay.
must admit.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Because it's become a more tedious process now.
It's a lot of work. That's
It
too much
wasn't-
work.
It wasn't that bad. That's why I
what-
can see the difference.
Yeah.
It's, you know,
Of
very
course.
glaring difference.
Of
There are a
course.
lot more people involved in any department.
Of course.
And I don't know, maybe I feel like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, you like your space, and आप अपने में, I know it's a bit tough to find you, spot you.
I like things that are easy, honestly.
Honestly,
As simple as that.
It's as simple as that. Well, I have to hear from you. What is it that you love about making movies in this phase?
In this phase?
Yes.
You know, you reach a point where obviously when you started, you love doing what you're doing, and that's why you started. And for the past 30 years, the kind of work we've been doing, I mean, continuously, and then gradually you start forgetting all your hobbies. And now when you have a break, you really don't know what to do with yourself. And you feel that, you know, I enjoy the most being on set. It's like if you want a break also, 1 day's break and the second day's break is saying like, what do I do with myself? Yeah, because you don't even have the hobbies you had.
Correct.
You know, and you want to get back to. So I am the happiest on set when I'm working. I don't know what to do with myself, or I start thinking so much when I'm not working. And I also believe that I hope everybody does, and everybody believes that till whatever age you live, you keep working. The moment you stop working and you say, now I'm going to chill and live my life, you will age 3 times faster than what you are aging.
Absolutely.
Mentally, physically. You look at Mr. Bachchan.
Yes.
I mean, he loves to work. He's continuously working at this age also. And that is the reason. And he's intelligent, normal, sane today also, only because he is working. I mean, the amazing thing is that, you know, Singapore has this rule. I've said this earlier also, that rest is rust. So, when my daughter was studying there, I used to go there. And I used to see 90-year-old people sitting at counters because they couldn't move around in departmental stores, you know, doing cash exchanges and things like this. And there is no age for retirement.
Correct.
And they say, please don't retire. So they will give you a job according to your age, but they want you to work always. And they're much happier than what we are.
You know, as much as I'm inspired by that, Mr. Devgn, because, you know, I love you. I'm like, I don't want to work at all. No, just kidding. No, that is inspiring. And I feel that as actors, it's crazy how you do not have a retirement key age, you know. But you need to worry about the fact that you don't ever come into the trap of having an expiry date. And I think very few people, 2 people sitting in front of me, have kind of just thrown that out of the window. I mean, how do you do it? Like being relevant for so many years.
I think by loving your work. I mean, everybody comes with an expiry date. That is not possible that you don't have an expiry date. But I think if you can keep working harder and keep pushing it, the expiry dates keep getting delayed.
Pushed, yeah.
But they will come one day. And I'm saying, I hope that expiry date coincides with your expiry date. So that'll be the best part.
Heavy.
I don't know.
Really, really. Do you believe that? Do you believe that you want to be working until the end?
I don't know. I mean, see, of course, it's important for everyone to be mentally active and agile. And I would definitely want to be engaged with something. Every human being, like he said, when we just sit, we rust, and you know, it's not good for us. Especially, I think all of us who've been working for such a long time, it's not possible, I think, also practically to be just sitting in one place and not doing anything. It is definitely important for me to be engaged, but definitely engaged with something that interests me and that I like, you know, not just for the sake of being busy. If that is cinema and if that is the films that I'm doing, then great, you know. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, so definitely.
I'm here to see more of you every day, okay, both of you. So, Neeraj sir, I want to ask you that this is such a counterintuitive subject, okay. Let's be honest, it's post-pandemic. It's the time for the big action blockbuster. It's completely male, it's completely violent. And here you are saying, I'm Neeraj Pandey and I'm going to bring you this love story with 2 people you've loved for over 30 years. How does a man do that? Where does this conviction come from?
Not expected from him, somebody like...
At all.
I don't know, it fell in place. You don't plan these things actually. I mean, that, okay, the world is doing this and now I'll be doing that and all of that. We were actually contemplating another project altogether, and then this happened. And this was the thing that I wanted to do. Like you said, I mean, there's a lot of intuition involved in that. I mean, you believe in a subject, you believe in a story, and you want to share it. And that's like a journey of 1.5, 2 years. You don't know what's going to happen in those 2 years, what the so-called trend is going to be like, and what are the films that are going to release 1 week before you are coming out or 1 week after you are coming out. So you don't know all that, right? So the only thing that you know is that yes, you can control your film. You have got to put in your best, make the best of the situation and the story, and then leave it up to destiny and providence there.
And then you chose to tell us a love story over an entire generation with 2 sets of actors. And I'm going to come to the 2 sets of actors later. But here you put 2 of them in this beautiful setting. And I absolutely loved it because I want to see, I want to see Ajay Devgn and Tabu in romance. Like, I'm one of those
A
people.
lot of people want to see
Yes.
them. Yeah.
Yes. What is it like? Please tell me. When the two of them are in a frame, how do you describe this?
I mean, of course, it's exciting. I never looked at from the lens that you are talking about, of course, because we are professionals and we are doing the shot at that point of time.
Yes.
And at
I'm
that
a fan.
point of time,
I'm a fan, guys. I'm a huge fan.
and at that point of time, you're not thinking anything else apart from the performance of that particular shot and whatever technically comes in hand with it. But I mean, the result is for you to see and for you to enjoy.
Is he a good, romance partner on screen?
Not at all.
Please tell us. What is it like before action and after cut?
He's least interested in romancing me.
Oh no! Is he least interested in romancing or is he least interested in romance?
The least interested in romance.
In romance, period.
We have heard. But excuse me, I want to take you back to a certain Vanraj that you played. And that man has still got my heart, my whole heart. How do you bring that intensity into role after being so unromantic as a real human
I don't know. I don't have answers for such questions. I think it's also the characters and the directors.
And the ask of the moment. I guess.
Ask of the moment and understanding the emotion. You don't need to be a romantic to understand, because if you understand every kind of emotion, and you can feel it at that point of time, and that's what works.
Do you enjoy it though?
Of course I do.
Great.
I've seen him flick a switch though. I mean, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I've seen him say 10 seconds before you say action and then flick a switch. He's there. Yeah.
How exciting.
Yeah, that's the trademark of any good actor. I mean, I can hear her doing the same, and you can hear that sound literally. That okay, now we are in.
We're in.
So,
We're rolling.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you're talking rubbish. You hear, take on it.
I do want to ask you that there would have been, I don't know, कोई तो डिस्कशन हुई होगी ना कि भाई यहाँ पर आप दोनों हैं, VFX कितना आगे बढ़ चुका है, आप एक काम कीजिए, आपको हम 20 साल यंग कर देते हैं इन कैमरा, आपको भी हम कर देते हैं इन कैमरा. But you've chosen to have two different actors. Was this ever a point of discussion? Because मुझे जानना है कि ये एक brave choice है मेरे हिसाब से.
Never. And it was right at the outset of both the narrations, the one that I gave to him and the one that I gave to her, that there are two different sets of actors who are going to play the same character, and that would have taken away the believability of it.
Yeah, it was a smart decision, I think.
Lovely.
People would see how they've made us younger instead of what is happening in the scene and the drama of the story.
Correct. And do you want to talk about the choices of the casting for that?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted a passing resemblance for both the characters, so that at least that bit gets sorted out in terms of everybody knows it's cinema, right?
Yes.
But you just still want to, assure the audience that, okay, this is a story that's going to be told by these two sets of actors. So there was a rigorous audition process for both the younger versions, and it took us about 2.5, 3 months. And ultimately it was Shantanu and Saiee.
Yeah. I must say, I've never seen it before, but now I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it. I can't unsee Shantanu walking into frame and then Ajay sir walking out of it, and I'm just like, why didn't I see it for so many years? Like, maybe, because we've seen him on the screen before this as well. And even with Saiee. Did the two of them spend any time with you to understand how the character evolves and becomes who they do?
Neeraj had planned a meeting with me and Saiee. Actually, he wanted both of us to meet, to understand a little bit. Then
Because
I think the
left-handed thing,
he wanted to find something that could connect, and you could tell that this is the same person. So we made my character left-hander, and then so Saiee practiced, and she also practiced. I see it in the trailer. I saw also in the song.
Yeah.
You notice that she's writing and it's with the left hand. Yeah.
And in
So it's
real
a nice
life,
touch.
and in real life, you're a
Neeraj's touch.
left-hander or a right-hander?
No, right.
Oh wow, that's some detail. This is going to be fun for people to watch. They're going to watch this interview, then they're going to watch the thing in the theatre and be like, mind blown. This is amazing.
Even the nose ring.
Yes.
It carries on. When she's younger, she's wearing a different style, and
Correct.
in the present part, I'm wearing a different. Neeraj was very particular about the nose pin. Well, in every look test, the nose pin was the main focus.
Why?
No, that comes from the team. Falguni in this case was the one who was responsible for the looks of the character and all that. And this is by way of discussion, and then Sudheer, who is our DOP, we sit together and we try and thrash out like what could be one commonality that you can put in the film which is going to be recalled instantly.
Yes.
So similarly in his case it was a particular trait that he does in the present which goes to Shantanu, and it becomes an origin story in itself in Shantanu's demeanor. So I mean those were the things that we, and that's something that we discussed and went on with it. Yeah.
Did Shantanu spend time with you?
Not really, but he spent time with me and he actually made me recite a few dialogues and things like this so he could prepare Shantanu accordingly.
So the younger version, I made him read the lines of the younger version, and those were given to Shantanu so that he can catch on the tone. Yeah.
That's fantastic. You know what I'm most excited about is to see a love story about grown-ups. Thank you. Because जैसे कि मतलब किसी और उम्र में लोगों को प्यार हो ही नहीं सकता. For some reason, the love story has always been trapped in the first love story, you know, of people.
Right.
And I would say, poetically, औरों में कहाँ दम होता.
Thank
You
you.
know,
Thank
to
you so
actually
much.
bring a love story to us about, you know, just grown people. How do you think love evolves or changes when it's, you know, slightly grown up?
It depends on the individual, and I mean, love is love at the end of the day. It doesn't mean that it's something drastically different when you have a journey, you have some maturity, you've seen a bit of life along the way, you've picked up experiences, and then you've got a slightly more matured way of looking at it. Sometimes an immature way also. Yeah.
Maybe we're kinder, maybe we're more patient,
Yeah, yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Maybe we're not screamy and screechy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what.
I would love to hear you.
I would say the same thing. It's like wine or whiskey. It just, the longer it is, the smoother it is, and the less louder it is, I would say.
Lovely, lovely.
मुझे क्या मालूम? You're asking the wrongest person.
You might have some insight.
Sorry, no.
No insights. How about this? I'll ask you a similar question. How do you think we, as a movie making culture, have trapped love? Okay, or हमने love को ही trap कर लिया. I really think, looking at your trailer, that you've taken that out of the box and given me a different love story.
Actually, it's also what the audience has been wanting to watch all these years. No, I think it keeps dictating the kind of movies or the kind of definitions. Of course, there'll be the one-off film that will, you know, defy all the norms and make something completely different. But then it also matters if you make the same people who are used to doing so much romance, and then making them do a different kind of romance. You know, so I think every generation of cinema has had its own dictation of के love story ऐसे होना चाहिए और love story ऐसे होना चाहिए. And I definitely think that the audience has been responsible. Of course, it works both ways. I think, but having said that, I think now we have writers and directors who are also exploring not the, you know, just the beaten path ka romance, but of course the generation has changed. It also depends, it's contextual. So if you're talking about teenage romance is different from a mature romance, is different from a, you know, middle romance or whatever.
Yeah, but this film has a scale from teenage to there.
Yes.
So it's not just for mature
Exactly.
Yeah.
romance.
Yeah.
It
It's
matures in the film.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not two mature people meeting and falling in love.
Correct,
That's
correct,
a completely
correct.
different.
Which is why I love it, because here you are, you start off and then you have this sort of a coming of age. It's a coming of age story. Yeah, I think it's.
So it's at its heart, it's a young love story, and I mean it's a journey of both these characters across 23 years. Yeah.
You know, I must say that you're no new person when it comes to having a cream saab, you know, be with you, because ऐसे नहीं है कि अब उन्होंने Oscar जीत लिया है, नाटू कर लिए हैं. Because there you were making music with him for Special 26 Baby, and I think that the two of you collaborating is something like everyone knows about. But I can't not see this. I'm like, yeah, of course it's going to be a love story. Of course Neeraj Pandey is directing it. Of course Cream Saab. Is that so obvious for you as well?
Actually, it is.
Yeah.
Actually, it
Yeah.
is because I mean, for someone to have a sensibility like that and a skill set like that, I mean, it would be stupid not to tap into it. And especially because I've had this journey of about 16 years with him. Now, yeah, it becomes easier. I mean, we can get the output done without speaking too much and with real quick time. Yeah. So.
So trivia. So Missing was the first film that I did with Neeraj as a producer, and Cream sir gave the music. And that time I was like, I really want to become a playback singer, but nobody's taking me seriously. Nobody's recording songs. Everyone's recording and scrapping the songs. So Neeraj and Kirwani sir said, we'll make you sing. Don't worry. So they are the two people who gave me immense confidence. He trained me when I used to go to Hyderabad to meet my friends. He used to make me practice. You don't know this. So fully he used to make me practice, rehearse and all that. And he was the one who really, really pushed me to record, and they even recorded. We recorded a lullaby, which is a part of Missing, but not of the album again. But it's okay.
But at least we had that process, and I'm glad we did that.
Yeah. We
So
booked
what
a
happened?
studio.
So what happened now? Are you a singer?
Completely given up on it.
I remember a film where he sang, Mr. Ajay Devgn sang really well. So well that they said
It was supposed to be terrible, and I managed to do that very well.
आप फिर भी सुर में थे.
Which film was
हम बात करें 25 साल पहले आई थी हम दिल दे चुके सनम.
हाँ, okay, of course.
जहाँ पे सर नहीं आया था
नहीं,
चिंगारी
उसका
कोई
सीन
बनी.
ही ये था कि ये गाता बहुत खराब
गाता
है.
बहुत खराब है.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh. And yet I think it's so beautiful and poetic because here you have life coming full circle because one of your most beautiful songs, also a love story, Zakham, had music by Cream Saab.
I was just about to say that. When it comes to emotion and feel, I think nobody can bring it better than him. May it be Zakham or may it be, like I said, when I heard the script and then he made me hear that song, that seals the whole thing. So he just makes you feel something, you know, whatever the emotion is.
I think it's amazing how you have also taken the songs, you know, to your actors, you know, while you show them what the film is like.
You need to know. I
The
mean,
feel,
there's no joker card, right?
Yes.
I mean, you need to be as transparent as possible with the talent around you. So, I mean, I wanted them to get. She had all the songs before she shot, and he had all the songs that he needed.
And when you have something good, you flaunt it also. That's
Yeah, fully. I'm telling you, he's fully come and saying that love story banana, ye gana to suno. No, I love it because the music has a brilliant impact. I think that, how do I explain this? Can I just be myself?
Please.
We're in an age where music is 15-second hooks. I'll be honest with you. कि हुक कितना कैची है वगैरह. एक ठहराव है इस म्यूजिक में जो मुझसे कह रहा है कि अरे 5 मिनट दे दो मुझे सुन तो लो. And I think listening to the album, I was just listening to myself. So if that's what I really want to say. Do you have a favorite from the album?
I think all the songs are lovely, and especially the song we're talking about.
Adil.
Adil.
Do you have a favorite
Adil.
song? Adil for
Hands
you
down.
as well.
Yeah.
Khatam. मतलब आ
It's
जाए.
beautiful.
You know,
It
we're
just
sitting at a time when
moves
that
you to tears,
song
yeah.
is yet to drop, and of course, I think it's going to be amazing.
I think by the time people are watching this, it'll be out.
It'll be.
Adil is out. You guys got to go stream it, and you're going to absolutely love it. You know, I'm going to ask you about just being a disruptor. Each of you are disruptors in your own way. So, Ajay sir, आपसे शुरू करते हैं. I think every time you talk about the movies, you're so passionate about it, but you still bring something which is disruptive for that time. I know you can't plan it, but where do you get the conviction to do what you do?
I mean, what do you mean by disruptive?
Every time, like for example, in this door, we're releasing a love story. I think it's a very disruptive move. So, do you feel that to be disruptive, you need to have a certain sense of conviction in your own self, in your own craft, in the
No,
people
of course
around
you need that conviction. You need the conviction also to grow, to learn something more. I mean, if you think you're good at something and you want to keep doing that again and again, how are you going to grow? So you need to. I made this a point from the beginning of my career when there were only commercial films in the 90s and things like this. I wanted to do a Zakham. I wanted to do a Dil Kya Kare. I wanted to do Takshak. I don't think any of the actors were ready to work at that point of time. And I learnt a lot out of it. I mean, they worked, they didn't work, it doesn't matter. But you learn so much because every good director has his own style. And it's so different from the other that you take something home definitely. Like I was just going away from our film. When I was doing Takshak, there was a scene where I come home and my father's dead. Somebody shot him, and I had to emote. And Govindji, you emote the way you emote, and he said cut. And he said one thing. I said, I want to see all the emotion and the pain, but my hero will never have tears in his eyes. That was his style of interpretation. So you learn so much out of it. Not that it's relevant everywhere, but then that is one way to learn also that how to perform a scene with. So you learn from everybody. You learn every day. And
I'm
that's,
so glad,
that's how you grow.
I'm so glad I asked you this question.
And वो generally होता क्या है that people see the end of a journey and they say that this person has turned out because now he has everything and all that. But it's quite actually the opposite. You make certain brave choices, certain very secure choices, and that shapes up the person and the individual.
That's lovely. That's lovely. For you?
Yeah, like he said, when you're making that choice, you're not looking at it कि I'm being the disruptor or मैं कुछ अभी इससे सब change हो जाएगा and I'm going to make a statement. But in my case, I think I did not have that kind of क्या बोलते हैं lens to look at the movies because I was not from the film industry and all. तो मुझे जो script अच्छी लग रही थी, जो मुझे लगा कि हाँ यार ये predictable किस्म की acting और वही script करने से इसमें बहुत मज़ा आएगा. और ऐसा कैरेक्टर कभी मैंने तो देखा नहीं है. I wanted to experience the journey of those characters and say something, through my work for myself. And it's incidental that those movies became the disruptors, or they changed the course of so many things around. So yeah, it wasn't planned, but it was definitely a very, very conscious choice and decision. Yeah, absolutely.
I know that there are not too many people here at this point, but we must talk about them. Manoj Sahab, for the fantastic words that he's written. Oh my God. I mean, I told him, I said, with Tu, you find it's like, it starts off as a love song, but then suddenly you transcend and there's the bhakti ras. And then you're in the middle of this, greater love story, which is a connection to God. Do you want to, spend a moment just to talk about the lyrics?
Absolutely. And I'll take some time here. Starts with Manoj, who's the lyricist in this case, and Manoj has a very good knack of getting it right very quickly, if the brief is clear. And all the songs that you see, I mean, 2 of these songs were made actually before Creams have got the Oscars and the Golden Globe. In fact, he was sitting with me when he got the message that I've got to travel. And incredible work by Manoj, Same applies for the technicians that are involved in this film, and Sudheer Palsane. We shot the whole film on 65mm. Equipment had to be rented from Germany. It was there with us for the major part of the shoot, and we kept on finding a lot of problem with focus because of the 65mm. It's really, really difficult.
Could you tell my audience why that was important for
because
this film?
of the spectrum and very shallow focus. So it was but a great gear to work with. Much of what they look so good on screen is because of the way Sudheer has been able to tap into it. And then of course we've got a very fantastic production designer. Sunil Babu is not with us anymore. He passed away just before we started the shoot. But everything that you see on the screen is visualized by him, and then Vaishnavi of course took over that and all that. So
correct.
Yeah, big shout out to my team.
I love Jimmy Shergill as an actor.
Fabulous.
And I feel terrible that even in this film, he may not get the girl.
How do you know?
क्या पता दोस्तों? But it's just Jimmy Shergill. It's just Jimmy Shergill's
love.
love.
Not necessarily Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam or something.
I love him. I'm just saying it's just unfair. The cinematic world is very unfair to Jimmy Shergill. Like, pata nahi yaar, pata nahi.
But let me say this, that he's fabulous in the film. I mean, all the 3 senior actors on. I mean, the chemistry that they strike between each other. He's got this fabulous sequence with his character, and I mean, just fantastic to look at them.
Well, I can't wait for the film to hit the theatres on the 5th of July. I just want to take a moment before we go and read out some of the YouTube comments. And इसके लिए I want to ask you all first कि क्या आप आम लोगों की तरह अपने फ़ोन पे YouTube पे जाके comments पढ़ते हो और हंसते हो या do you get affected by it? Do you do it?
No.
Are you human? Tabu, just
No,
tell
no,
me this.
YouTube के comments मैंने नहीं पढ़े हैं.
अच्छा, अच्छा.
But Instagram के मैं पढ़ती हूँ.
Okay.
और मुझे बहुत funny लगते हैं.
I love it.
अपने बारे में नहीं, दूसरों के बारे में.
Yeah. No, I love it.
But YouTube comment, even my nephew was saying that you have to read the YouTube comments, Tabu Khala, you please read it.
Yeah.
So actually
So that's why
today
I'm
I
here.
will do.
That's why I'm here. I'm going to read out some of these comments. Do you do this like regular
I'm
people?
very bad on social media. Hardly.
Okay. Okay, this one comes from Charan Harsh 4524. The best thing about Ajay Devgn is that he does roles according to his age and does not do young boy roles. Like dash dash dash. I'm not going to dash dash dash.
Dash you have to say.
No, don't say
Otherwise
that.
No, I will not.
Don't say
I
that.
will not.
But
क्या मतलब है?
I would want to be comfortable in what I'm doing, and I'm very comfortable with my age, and I'm very happy with my age also. And I mean, I don't want to hide it, and I want to play my age. And in fact, I'll tell you, you get better roles.
Absolutely.
Because your age gives you depth, and then the directors and the writers, they come up with characters which have depth for,
Correct, absolutely.
So I would love to do
Absolutely.
And I
Thank you.
do
Thank
that.
you so much for responding. I'm sure Charan Harsh is very excited at this point because he must be looking at this saying, I can't believe Ajay Devgn just responded to my comment. All right, let's go to the next one. This one comes from, I don't know why I'm feeling this, but it's more than a love story. When I see the name of Neeraj Pandey as director, I am sure this is way more than the glimpses.
I would agree.
आरोप है आप पर ये.
that. We all do.
Totally.
We all do.
I think that's amazing.
Totally.
It's
Thank you.
actually not about who's getting the girl and who's not getting the girl.
Damn. Awesome. BKGM3YI says, this is called a real movie. This is Bollywood. We need movies like this. Old Bollywood is back.
What?
Woo!
Great.
है ना खुश हूँ मैं ये कमेंट देख मैं हूँ ये बॉलीवुड हूँ मैं
Nostalgia is film में.
yes I think it's I think what they really mean to just say is that give us the drama, like give us a movie, which I think today I think हल्के में लिया जाता है ये हल्की पिक्चर
Drama is the correct word.
is the word,
actually,
yes. Then Ronak Bhattacharya, he really wants me to read this out. Nobody is talking about the legendary music director M.M. Cream. We are, buddy. In the second stanza of the song, वो कहते हैं, we can hear a flute playing in the background. क्योंकि ये जो पैरा है, वो कृष्ण राधा के ऊपर है. Similarly, in third para of the song, it's talking about marriage. तो हमें शहनाई सुनाई देती है. And he's like such absolute detailing. What blows my mind about this comment is that you put it there, they'll find it.
Yeah, they do find
It's
it.
the audience.
Yeah.
I love it.
We need to respect our audiences more.
Absolutely.
They are ready for a lot more than what we are offering.
They find the flaws also, and they find what is good also.
Absolutely. Okay, this is the last comment. This is Pre here 3. Oh my God, this is a bit of an essay, guys. Stay with me. Oh my God, you know what? Ajay Devgn and Tabu have made so many films lately, like Drishyam Bhola, but they weren't paired together. I was longing to see them in a movie where they're paired together for the 90s vibe, as I'm a 90s child, and this is nostalgia for me. I have never ever, given a message to a celebrity before, but could you please tell them to do more movies together? And I would be really excited if they would read this.
More movies? Then what we're already doing?
Oh my God.
We will try.
Oh my God. Of course, Auron mein Kahan Dum releases on the 5th of July. And before we go, you have to leave us with one little message for your audience. What is it you want to tell them with this film? You can look straight in the camera and tell them.
Through this film to nahi, but I definitely want them to watch this film because it really has a piece of my heart. And I want them to experience this. I want them to experience this cinematically. I want them to experience this story. I can't say anything more.
Beautiful. Thank you. Neeraj sir.
I believe that, I mean, this is why we sort of make movies. It's cinema, and it's something of a story that we are all proud of, the film itself, and we hope to see them in theatres. Yeah.
Why do I feel you're going to have the last laugh? We're going to see all these interviews, and then when we watch the film, we're going to be like, of course.
I hope so.
डर लग रहा है
Fingers
मुझे.
crossed.
Yeah, this is the most nervous I've been before a film release, and I'm not even in it. This is so much fun. Ajay sir, before we go.
My asking them to come and see the film is not going to make a difference. But it is something beautiful which will really touch your heart. So I hope they see it.
Well, thank you so much. It's
Thank
so exciting talking to you all,
Thank
and
you.
I'll see you at the movies. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
मिलता है जो किस्सों में वो प्यार दिया तूने, हम फिर भी रहे खाली, हम फिर भी रहे सूने, दो बूंद की बारिश तू, हम प्यास थे सहरा की, जितना ही तुझे पाया उतना ही हमें कम था, दुश्मन थे हम ही अपने, औरों में कहाँ दम था.